seed matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go on EA Sports. And boy, a rough start to this one as this kick goes out of bounds. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Off the bootleg. Green. Sliding out of the pocket. That's caught by Ware. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Looking to throw. Green. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bird. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Bird, after getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Green on 3rd down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Let's go now. Drill 52.
Throwing to start the drive. Medina. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, The blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
In motion goes the tight end. Now Green looking to throw on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 3rd down, Bird. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now a hit and a loose football.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Here we go.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Striker, 3-3, yellow, 1. Ready?
On 2nd down, it's Bird, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. His 8th rushing touchdown, his 12th overall. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Medina, he finds his man, complete. It's Ramsey. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Medina. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ramsey. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Here we go.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. There he goes left side. 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay,
you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Ready, set.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Shotgun handoff now for Love. They find some open field here. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
Ready, ready.
Slot man moves right. They'll run again with Love on 1st down. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And as a running back, you've got to be saying, where did he come from? He covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time, and he was able to stop his man before he got back to the line of scrimmage.
38.
To throw on 2nd down, Medina. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Medina. And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Looking to throw, Medina. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And here's Green to throw on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 3rd down, Green. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Bird, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw, he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
On 3rd down, Bird. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And his kick is indeed good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Okay, ready?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Slide, 97.
To throw again, Medina. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Medina. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Let's go.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Going to be rail. Ready?
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
at 60.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smoke.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And he spots Henderson open left side. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Up the middle they go. Bird, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. Back to throw. Green. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Ultra.
On 3rd down, it's Bird. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ultra.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Watch out, man. 52.
On 3rd down, Bird. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. This will be from 49 yards out. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change, because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again, right?
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
He praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
He's got it. This is Ware. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his...
Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bird. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll try and sneak it here. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now a give, right side. Bird. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Green. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
Here we go, set.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Now this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up. Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Trouble 38. Steel black. Ready.
Back to the air on second down. Medina. And that'll be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Let's go.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Medina. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
78 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after it, trying to keep them from locking down the game.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Ready.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Off the play fake. Medina. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ramsey. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. 3rd and 7 now.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Black shot.
To throw on 3rd down. Medina. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Let's go now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's into the hands of Edwards.
And he is going to have the Cardinals' 1st down. It's a gain of 12 on 4th.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Ready.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
They always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Drain down. Off the bootleg. He rifles one that's intercepted. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Medina. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
His pass caught at the 4. And he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
On the ball.
They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So 15 ticks remaining as they line up for the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Philly. 46 yards. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. On first down, it's Bird. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
2nd and 5.
Into a sea of defenders had intercepted. And the Cards come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Like all great games, it came down to the final snap.
Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the cypress block, young buck, holding it like we knew it all. Not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, I look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbillies. Q-Bone stallion with the lick. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, can be pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system, let's turn it up. Up, a little louder, turn it up. Up, a little louder, turn it up. We never turn it down, universal sound. When we move the pound, take a look around. When we touch the town, knock the way, stomping in my big black J's. Corny, get stuck in the maze. We never suffer fools, had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour, touching every shore. From Cali to Singapore.
Every day I'm seeing more in the temple as we rock up tempo instrumental. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up. Put the dream team together, now we up.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system, let's turn it up. Up, a little louder, turn it up. Up, a little louder, turn it up.
I'm the best, I'm the best,